Yeah, I think we all worked together. I can't remember. I can't remember if there was a point. I'm also there was the request to put the camera closer to the center so that they can hear us better.
Oh, okay.
I probably should move the other side.
They might pick up a few of those comments that
Snide
are.
remarks.
Hey, look, I watched the live stream at the pit, and it was loud, and I could still hear all y'all. So.
Really? Well,
That's those young ears.
um,
And it wasn't your parents
Oh,
speaking.
we didn't
When was
play
that
live
last
that game.
performance? When was that May performance?
That-
Did you have that?
oh, sorry everyone. I did stop halfway through. The performance is on that following Tuesday, I believe. Yeah, on the 9th. So let me put those on our calendar. Got so excited I forgot to put it.
Emily might talk to you about that, but I think we maybe need some stuff.
For Friday?
We do need chaperones
For Friday.
for Friday. Well,
Um,
not chaperones. We need just,
Back there.
we just might need stuff, which I don't know what Emily's thinking,
Yeah.
because we're thinking of maybe doing like carnival, like minute to win it style things.
okay.
Do you have any budget for them still for
I think
band
We
leadership?
haven't spent that.
last I checked, I think we actually have a little bit of money,
Yeah,
like
I thought so too.
like a few $100s. So I think having some sort of food item that we can maybe get for it, because this is our big one. Both middle schools know about it. I do need to go to LBJ tomorrow.
Was he
Friday.
just coming?
Yeah. And I do need chaperones, even if people can share. So I won't be able to be here. I have both a performance and a clinic that I'm teaching that afternoon. And unfortunately, this was the only weekend that the kids could do it. So there's no parent involvement because the kids run it themselves, because they're just hanging out. But I will need a chaperone or a couple chaperones that can just be here as a point person for keys, just to make sure to unlock and lock.
What time is it at?
3:30 to 6.
On Friday?
Friday.
Yeah, so it's because the middle schoolers still have school, so it gives them enough time to come across the street or come from LBJ.
Because we have that issue with, like, there's an issue with LBJ buses sometimes arriving very late.
Yeah.
Because they're coming from across town and they don't arrive home until like 4-ish.
Yeah, so we
We wanna give them the time to know about the event, get home, and then come over to here and still have the event going until when we wanna stop it.
What is your night gonna consist of?
Minute to win it.
Oh, just fun.
Carnival.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's probably, I
And-
cricket games and stuff.
yeah, and I was gonna recommend that we get the Switch, we get the ping pong, we just get everything, just games galore.
I'll talk to Emily about it tomorrow during, financial day.
Yeah, that's gonna be the thing, cause we want, just all out, anybody can have, cause if there's other band students, I wanna make sure that you guys don't feel like you're just serving them, like, oh, I am here for the middle school, like, I want you guys to be able to have fun as well.
Well, for the rest of the calendar, what other things does band leadership wanna use the money for?
Not much. We were gonna use it for an event a while ago, just in case if we didn't have the supplies. Well, everyone brought the supplies, like, we all pitched in for supplies. We had everything, we didn't use any of the budget. However, we might have to use some of the budget for this event, cause we might need a couple items that are a bit more pricey for our price range.
Maybe
Yeah.
50 cents, you said
We'll figure it out. And then.
Right. I didn't know if people would be upset or happy about it, so, I mean, but I really was thinking tacos for this year. I'm on a taco kick.
I think we do,
Like we get a taco truck that comes and caters, makes it for us.
or we get the, yeah, those
Yeah.
are tacos.
I think we should just start using them, right? Because they're such a good price.
That's why we're trying to use.
I'm
it all,
excited.
trying to
So, I mean, they probably was the whole shebang.
See what we can use.
Apparently,
So that's the plan with.
hold
Feel
on.
free to reach out, see if they can do it.
it is. Have any of your students told you about the whole pencil check thing? They just,
Oh, Mr. E.
well, they have to have pencils like in class and stuff, but it's Pavlov style, like truly, like they're drooling at the mouth, waiting to say if you have your pencils, because it's they turned it into a race. Like I say, pencil check. They're like, and some of them have like 4 lined across, so no matter where their hand is, they can grab one and hold it up in the air. It got to the point where they started like putting their pencil away before I checked everybody's. It was wild.
Mr. E, you should check concert band. It's either if Jackie doesn't win, everyone's gonna have a bad time.
See, it's like it's everybody, and they did it when they're away. So when they're out of town at like the band conferences, and you know, they were embarrassed because the ones at UNM, the director says, "Did everybody have a pencil?" And all the Volcano students in a room of like 100 band students went, "Oh, we're not at home," and it's just them, and so they got super embarrassed and they wrote on their music.
It's gonna stick with them forever.
Hey, I mean, you guys don't show up without pencils. I don't know.
I mean, has more people showed up with pencils when there's pencil checks or less?
More. I don't ever, there's not ever a wind ensemble student who doesn't have one.
I can't say.
We're working on it. Let's see. So if you wanna-
Truck.
Just so that you're in front of the camera, if you wanna sit up there for
I could move.
speaking, just whatever works. There we go. 16 viewers on it, and I'll sit here and monitor the chat.
I'll be able to do both. You don't have a secretary, so I guess I'll try to take good notes.
Is for a few more. Oh, we're just bantering.
There you go, there's a booster meeting now.
You can get a pencil and paper if you want.
I can just do it as we go, so it'll be digital.
There we go. Oh, I know what I forgot to
To
put
be
on
honest,
there.
it looks like an arrow. To the live stream.
Like pointing to the link.
It really does. Maybe emojis don't come through.
Wow, it did something. Not the thing I wanted. Okay.
Okay,
Vanguard.
so with that, I will try to be secretary at the same time as I am leading the meeting. So let's start with a motion to open the meeting.
Motion open.
Okay.
Second.
Wow, we're excited today.
Second.
We're down to the serious stuff. It can't be funny anymore.
And we'll start with, get through the required items, budget update.
All right. I was there a minute ago. Just a second, coming back.
Chris,
Who's more excited
So
about
the
the
text went
budget
through.
or the cash flow?
you saw the cash flow. The text went through.
Yeah.
Okay, got it.
All right, cash flow. As of 1/31/23, beginning bank balance at the beginning of the month was 141. Well, that'd be nice. Let me correct that. $41,477. $4,347 in deposits. $3,545 in withdrawals. Ending bank balance $42,278. Outstanding deposits $289. Outstanding withdrawals $3,015, making our ending bank balance of $39,552, which is a change of a negative. We went down $1,924. Our petty cash drawer still has $198. PayPal with $1,000, giving us a total cash of $40,751.
All right.
So we're doing all right to stay in the 40s. We keep it up. I wish I could have stayed in my 40s. As far as the budget goes, we are staying. We're doing fairly well as far as staying within budget. Our competitions were 24% over. Our equipment 0.96% over.
Is that just because we prepaid for next year's BOA?
The competition's over by $616, and that was caused by prepaying BOA, $875.
So we should need to take that into account when we craft next year's budget.
Right, we
Paying
need that.
ahead for things like BOA,
Paying ahead.
cause like it's cheaper to do that.
Yeah, and we are going to, I don't know, it's not necessarily cheaper, but we are in the draft to be the first ones picked. So I got the email saying, you're all paid, everything is good, you will be in the first rounds, for picks. And then they slot those people in a random draw, and then anybody else who's going, they get earlier and earlier and earlier.
Oh, so that
You
gives us
gotta
a later
choose your
draw.
playtime.
Exactly, so this means, for better or for worse, it is a week later, but say there's only 6 bands, last year they only had like 3 sign up this early.
Oh.
And so those bands, they got to go nice in the evening, they got to drive up slow, and so this year we're in that draw. And so we are way more likely to have a 1:30, 2:30 o'clock, and being a week later, I think it'll be a little bit cooler. So I think that's gonna be way more advantageous, we're not getting up at 4 in the morning.
Yeah.
We're able to get up at 7, we're able to get up at 8, even at that, even if we're performing at 2. So
Okay, yeah.
that's the reason that we pay for it.
So we just need to remember to think about that for next year's budget.
Well, and if we pay it forward each time, we'll be
Yeah.
right on budget.
Yeah, that's true, that's true.
And we've done quite a bit of that this year, is trying to adjust and get into if we can pay in advance and save a little bit of money, we've been able to do it. Recruitment's on the other one that's over by 40%. It's been over for a little bit. That one's one that we definitely need to recruit, so it's not wasted money, we just.
It's also a
need to
smaller
adjust.
budget item, right?
Do what?
It was also a smaller budget item, so
Yeah,
40%, like in raw dollars, wasn't that big.
We spent $632 on a $450
Yeah.
budget, so we're over by $182. Fundraising wise, our goal was 49,300. We are at 33,874. Remaining goal is 15,425. So I believe we're looking good to be within range. That's 31% left to raise.
Still up, yeah.
Come on, Nasser, get out
Yeah.
and run.
Open.
Our dues, we've got a total, that we should be bringing up a dues of 44,950. So far, we've received 32,291, leaving us with 12,659 still to go. So,
That's, what is it, 75% roughly?
you'd think I'd have put a percentage in there, but I didn't. I'll tell you here in a second though.
No problem.
Budget, scroll down. Too far. Any questions while I find the right spot to put a percentage in? Concerns?
I think we're doing quite well compared to last year. If I remember the numbers, I think this is pretty healthy.
We are doing much better than I've
Yeah.
seen since I've been playing in band.
A couple more dues, I think you checked them, we got a couple more dues from Jazz Band.
Yeah,
And another will be coming in online today, I believe.
so we've still got 29% still to go.
Yep.
On dues. Any questions, concerns? Parents have been doing a great job of reaching out if they've got questions, which is awesome. Fixing our mistakes. We only make 1 or 10.
Check the chat real quick. Oh, looking good.
I don't remember what the motion is on the budget.
Well, I'm seeking for approval.
Is it approval? Okay, we'll go with that. I motion to approve the budget.
Okay.
There you go.
Only once a month I ever get approval.
She's right next to you.
You can walk home if you want.
Good thing I drove myself.
I got the keys too.
Okay, and we're gonna move on to the director's update.
All right. Let's see. So I got a bunch of little things. A couple I wanted to talk about in regards to the budget. So a couple things. We have a potential to get our copier cost taken by the district. So I talked, and that's about $1,400 that we spend a year. Someone came by and they said, we want to hook up our everything. And I said, hey, can you hook this up? It's not APS's. And they said, no, blah, blah, blah. We have to do something with firewalls. But why do you have your own? I said, well, that's a good question. It's just something that they've never put for us. And so I figured out there's no copier in this wing. We might be able to get a fine arts copier that would do this, so reduces our
Something
budget.
we share, but it'd be paid for.
Right, and we're one of the ones, and the music hall uses it so much that it could be really great. So that's something cool that could be being taken off. It is something that we do need. The amount of copying that we do is shocking, to say the least. So that's the first thing. Parent involvement in the run and jazz advertisements. So I was thinking about it, was speaking about it earlier, that I always hustle the kids, and I'm talking to them a lot about being part of the fundraising and make sure that you have people signing up for the run and all those things. And that's how it is. And long story short, I started thinking about why do the candy sales work so well, like in middle school? Well, one, they're carrying it around so they can never forget that they're doing it. And two, their parents take it to work where there's a lot more people who need candy in the middle of the day. And so the one thing that we haven't tapped into at all is I haven't even mentioned, it's like, hey, can we get some flyers to your parents and drop them off at the workplaces? Right, that's where the runners are gonna be. Like they only know high schoolers. I had to put myself through that logic. They know their friends, they don't know adult runners, because that's just not their crowd. So that's gonna be something that you might see some memos about, just asking the parents more to talk to their workplaces about it. Again, it's a healthy cause, right? It's all great things, it's entertainment. We're not selling anything that nobody wants. We're not doing cheesecakes, we're not doing cookies and whatever.
Do we have a digital one we could just send out to parents?
We do.
Say print and, is it just on because only, I've been not as much on social media. Can you just email it to me? I can
So
find it?
Amanda had something that she had sent, and so I'll find out where it's at.
I have.
Yeah, okay.
I have, so I've taken it and I've edited it so that there's a black version and a white version.
Okay.
The white version, and I've already handed out a ton, but it's nice. It's a really simple flyer. I did some edits to some of the fonts and stuff, but just posting these everywhere. Simple enough. Got it in the announcements rolling here, and if we just lay these around.
Yeah, I can.
The digital version has a better map. The printed version I have is going to be better to see it, so you will notice some of those things are different. The colored version is cooler. It has yellow and has colors to make it look better. But yeah, social media, and then just hard copies in the workplace. So I'll be asking for that.
Yeah, just if you could remember to get that, somebody get that to me, I'll blast it out to the
Absolutely.
parent body to take to
So
work.
with that suggestion is you could put gyms too. A lot of parents have gym memberships too.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. So gyms, and that actually let me type out anything that I'll forget, because we don't think about it until we do it, right? So when I ask for parents to do it, so workplace.
I know a lot of kids
Gym.
that are at other schools that run track, and I sent it to their parents, and they're gonna give it to coaches and stuff. But
Okay.
also
Others-
in
Other schools.
schools.
When does registration close? Is it just up to the day of they can register?
Yeah.
That's the way it
Oh.
was last year.
Here's a good one. The students already said, because I put it in the boxes. The teachers love to support these type of things. Of course, they get a shirt that's Volcano Vista. I think, and I can do this, or if anybody can help. The elementary schools, I don't really know anybody but I go to the middles. I'll just take a stack to the middle schools and put them in the boxes. Teachers love this type of thing,
Yeah.
because it's every teacher wants to be healthy after a work week,
Mhm.
and doing something in the morning that supports it. So other schools, elementaries, any other ideas? That way I'll put it in so that it gets people working.
On
We
the
want them to think of
trailheads,
these.
They have some bulletin boards on, like the
Trailheads.
open spaces.
Got it. Any
Pageant
others?
of Bands group, they posted up on their Facebook and their website for us.
Pageant of Bands group. Others? And I'll just take them all right now, and that way the parent who reads this email at the end of a workday, want to make it super easy, and then it just works. Any others? I'll take them in for the rest of the meeting. Moving right along. Let's see. Let me do. Well, I'll do them in order that I have it. So I'm going to bounce around a little bit. This is just a generic call for if there's any need for further parent communication, emails, texts, calls, parent-teacher conferences. I've felt it this week in particular. Just if there's any need, please reach out. Make sure that your students know that they They are responsible for telling me, you're not necessarily responsible, though I always do ask that a parent email follows that. So they'll tell me in person, hey, so-and-so, if you ever get asked for, well, didn't you tell them? Yeah, the parent email is the follow-up. I always do expect them to ask me in person. Sometimes I've had the opposite, and it's not good. So when I get the parent email and the student hasn't come in, we haven't gotten to talk about missing assignments or how we're doing. Basketball games have been pretty great, much better attendance than last year. Students get it, and they're subbing for each other more often. So the band sounds great. And I'm getting admin, I'm getting parents, the coaches. Everybody is saying, they didn't say anything last year. They're like, oh, it's a good band, and this year they're saying, wow, you guys are the best pep band around. Which is pretty cool, and they don't say it lightly. It's like, yeah, we were at the El Dorado and the whatever games, and I am proud of that because of the fact that the kids are getting substitutes. That's a huge thing. It's hard to staff these sometimes. So parent communication in general, please reach out. Recognition of all honor groups. We had All-Staters, we had Jazz All-Staters, we had Southwest Honor Band students, and every single time that they came back, they brought something positive to the band. Absolutely 100%. It was a great success for the band program to have our students represented. Soloists at the jazz, just people at the jazz conference came in, and they were able to teach, and they were able to gel, and they were able to breed positivity within the jazz band. We have performances coming up. In the mornings, there's just a more mature attitude in those groups. So thanks to all those students who may be watching, but it was a really, really great thing. And I think that we can make more of this next year. Just kind of something if we want to think about over the summer, how can we get more kids to feel like it was a valuable experience? So the students who went got their own stuff, and if we can get more in, it's only going to help the band. So really proud of that for the students and the parents' support they're receiving at home, having taken them all around. So thanks to those parents who drove, saw those concerts, took kids down to Cruces, any of those things. Chaperones for the rest of the year. Like I said, I'm jumping around. I need to look into what some other times. We are looking for some pit crew members for the color guard competitions. The what are they called? Vanguard Visual Ensemble. Goodness. Sometimes they call themselves V3, which is the Volcano Vista Vanguard. But the Vanguard Visual Ensemble, February 25th, March 11th, and April 1st. They will be having their competitions. Really just one pit crew member. The students can mostly load it, and it's mostly going to be someone to drive the U-Haul, just another person who can drive along. That way, I can be in my car if anything happens.
Want me to put in and blast, ask for help for that?
Yeah.
I'll take care of that.
Okay, you got it.
Yeah, we'll send it out. It's a baby U-Haul.
Yeah, little bitty one. I don't think, if anybody can think of, and this is a request from our head of chaperones. I'm sorry. Monty. Sorry, Monty. She was asking that we take a look at it and that we can schedule the rest of the year out. So if you're thinking about chaperoning, I'll have that list up. I don't think there's very much. The big events would be I'd love to have at least 3 parents go with us to MPA and 2 parents go with us to state. That's going to be March 9th and April 22nd.
Graduation too.
That's true.
You said March 9 and what?
So March 9th, April
7?
Let me check the April one. April 22nd.
22nd.
And May 15th, graduation. Thank you for graduation. Forgot about that one. Graduation will need, I like more than last, probably 4. It's a chaotic time. Actually, yeah, 4 will be fine.
We had 4 last year.
Are we gonna have Monty's not here, but normally we just do that via like Sign Up Genius.
Mm-hmm.
We'll ask and make sure we get that Sign Up Genius, and once we have it up, we'll blast.
Correct. And so this is just the generic asking everybody.
Yeah.
And let me do a quick check on the chat. Do we have any for this Friday? That's what we're looking for. So we do, and if Monty will send it out, we do need, I would like to have 2 for this Friday. If anybody can come sometime from 3:30 to 6. It's all student-led. It's literally just sitting in the office and you can watch Netflix or something.
I can do this Friday.
Perfect.
If someone else wants to show up too,
Sure.
feel free.
When is
Okay, there you go.
3:30 to 6. So it'll be a short, it's enough time so that the middle schoolers can get over here.
That's for 8th grade night.
Correct, that's 8th grade night.
On
Or
Wednesday.
middle school night, that's another thing, just generically, not just 8th grade night, we are gonna let any of the middle schoolers who wanna come over and show up. Thought about it with Southwest Honor Band, it's really recruitment for NMSU, they're not taking 9th, 10th, and 11th graders for their bands. And, you know, they have a great experience in 9th grade, they're probably gonna show up and wanna go to NMSU at some point. So, any middle schoolers that wanna come and hang out, if you know anybody at those middle schoolers, they are more than welcome. Moving right along, basketball changed to 6:50. I do want to just have a verbal recognition that these games are going later. I thought they started at 7 last year. When we're pushing 9 o'clock now, it feels uncomfortable. It's nothing that I can do to change the times, especially when the JV games go late. I'm trying to be as conscious as possible. If there is any way that I can get out, say where we have just a smashing lead and it makes sense to, we'll go when it's a full, and it has been, when it's a full gym. It's pretty tough, and the kids don't want to. The kids don't want to, we don't want to look bad. It's a tough situation, but I'm trying to be sensitive to that. If you have any concerns about your student that night, please do contact me and we can talk about whether or not, 0 hour off, knowing where they are and those sort of things, if it becomes a problem. Currently, it's been
So
okay.
the show is gonna be 6:50 now?
Yeah, 6:50, I've changed it on the calendar just if you need reminders. Moving right along, jazz performances. We have 2 of them in a row. This Thursday, we're performing here at Volcano Vista. We're performing as the opening act for the Student Council State Conference that's being held here at Volcano. That's why there is no school here on Friday, or no in-person school. Next week is both performances are roughly 7:05. This week's is here. Next week's is at El Dorado High School for the Albuquerque Jazz Fest.
Also that late, maybe? 7:05, you said?
7:05. Yep, they're both just identical. Just happen to be. 2 more things. Restaurant nights. Big thank you to Chris Bushman. We have about one every week, and this is especially
Just
for those
in
people online.
February.
Yeah, right now we have about one every week. I'm gonna read them off real quick, but they did go out. They will be.
They're all the way to April.
Yeah, they're going for the next 7 weeks or so. So this week is
Chick-fil-A.
Chick-fil-A. Next week, Papa Murphy's for 2 nights in a row. Week after that, we got Pizza 9 or Revel Burger. Panera the week after that. Week off.
Not week off.
A week off, and then we got Chick-fil-A again. We got Chipotle somewhere in here. So we got a bunch of great places that are fun to eat at. Thank you so much, Chris.
So some of these that I talked to, like Papa Murphy's, they gave us 2 nights. They're like, yeah, we love the band. And like I emailed you, the district manager was a band kid. He's like, I love band kids. Hit me up again. I'm like, okay,
Yeah.
okay.
So
Okay.
have them pizza nights at home.
Rebel Burger is the same way. They're like, well, we're a small town, we're a small burger joint, and they're just across the street from the Smith's gas station on Golf Course. They're like, we're gonna give you all day.
Cool.
So, all day, from 11 to 11.
Awesome. Awesome. So we got some great community support. We got some people, and these are no risk, all reward for us. So once a week, if you can commit to it. There will be some advertisements. This is to be noted. Some of them do require that you have some sort of a flyer. We'll make sure it's on the Instagram, so even someone who's doesn't have the flyer, they can go on. They'll add us maybe and follow what we're doing. And they just show them on their phone. So it's very, very easy. I guess check up with the emails, and as well as on the calendars for all of these, I have the addresses put in as well as the times that they have. Right. So Chick-fil-A is pretty picky. It's 4 to 8. And you have to have the little flyer. Some of the others are 11 to 11. Some of them are in the morning, or they start at 11 and go to 8.
Yeah.
But all the information you should need is on the calendar. If you click on the item, it'll pop up and populate.
And I'll blast out the flyers
Oh, perfect.
like the week before. So this week I'll remind you, or tomorrow I'll remind you about Thursday.
Sounds great.
I suggest to the parent involvement group they're gonna
Yeah.
last to put it on the Volcano site.
Just remember, work lunches are now at.
see, that's it. Yeah, work
Corporation
lunches.
to pay for it.
Hey, I mean, I love that we're talking to these people about it, right? Because later on, right, we go and play in front of them, or we do our marchathon eventually. I am thinking about bringing the marchathon back next year in the summer, and so we'll go pick a neighborhood or we'll go pick some businesses. And so again, it's just building up that community support. This is another pitch. I don't have it on my agenda, but this is the time of year where we found out that we need to be asking anybody and talking to businesses for sponsorships. I sent an email to Kirtland, right, because they just do all their tax stuff at the beginning of the year. They put their write-offs in January and February, and then they don't think about it until next January, February. So, plug for that.
Can I have somebody send me, the donation letter? Cause I'm
Yes.
trying to gather up baskets for the silent auction,
Do we have that on there?
and
It's not on the website.
I don't know.
We talked about it.
Okay, we'll see about it. We'll do that.
Can we add to the website?
It's not.
It's not on there.
Okay, so we'll get it added
We'll
up,
get it to you.
and we'll maybe edit it.
yeah.
You can just send it to me.
Okay.
A reminder to do that to you, give that to you soon.
And sorry, just a lot of apologies.
That's fine.
Bunch of things. So color guard competitions and copier. So quick rundown. Parent involvement for work doing the jazz run, the fun run and the jazz. Parent communication, honor groups, chaperones, basketball chains, jazz, restaurant nights, color guard competitions, copiers. Wow, what a thing to end on, copiers.
Do we need a truck on the 9th? That's your MPA, I think? I know we took one to state last year.
We need it for state. We don't need it for MPA.
Okay.
Okay, we won't be taking any of our big stuff.
On any of those, the March, the April, or the May, do they have to have snacks? Do they need water? Do we need to, what are, I'm still all new to all this.
That one, so.
State we did feed them at state last year.
Yeah, state we will feed them. I need to think about it. So, yeah, state we're planning, I think we have enough to do what I want though. State we will probably be taking them somewhere.
Okay.
Our performance time is early in the morning. Oh, I'll put that on here. I do have the performance time for state. Our state performance time is 9:30 a.m. Very early. So unfortunately, not many parents or students will be able to go. We'll be in that early morning, and then we're going to hang out all day. So I do plan to take the kids out to lunch somewhere off campus for a bit. MPA, I'm not sure. I think we'll just need some pizzas. We'll get something, because that's not too long. Any questions or any comments? A lot of stuff. I've been covering with the students every day.
I'll just make a plug, if there's ever time to take off work to go watch your kid perform, state last year was the best performance I witnessed this band do last year. Like, hands down, I was like, practically like tear-jerking that performance. They're so good.
It's also the most psychotic unloading.
We're not doing the risers. We're not doing the risers again this year, so no worries on
And
that
it
one.
was just beautiful music. So
It was awesome.
highly recommend making the effort to go, even though it's an awkward time.
What's the performance time for MPA?
MPA are, I believe it's 3:30 and 6.
MPA is one in April?
No.
That's the one in March. Did I put it on the calendar?
MPA is in March,
You put
state is
some of
April
it on
22nd.
MPA.
It says 3:30 concert band warm up.
Yeah.
That's it. That's like the last thing you put on there.
Well, if you click more details.
Then I forgot to save it. I'll get that updated.
I don't see any questions yet, so we're good there, but I'm monitoring the chat as we go.
Nope, there's no more.
Oh.
For the two jazz performances,
Might have to put my
this
glasses
Thursday
on.
and next, those parents can come watch, or is it just the one next Thursday?
Parents could come watch this week. I'd recommend next week's.
Next week?
This is our dry run. But they are welcome to come.
Emily
Okay.
says warm-up is at 3:30.
Yeah, warm up at 3:30. I need to put the other, so that means if our warm up is at 3:30, that means our wind ensemble performance is at 6. They stagger. I asked for them to be back to back, and I guess every school asked for them. So it basically goes El Dorado, Volcano, Cibola, La Cueva. El Dorado, Cibola, Volcano, La Cueva. Because they all have their second bands going in their first game. So that's as close as I could do it. So sorry for it being a little bit longer. Anything else? Generic big things. This is the season of a lot of little things happening constantly. There's no big marching contest we go out of town for, but there are 3 little things, a jazz, a concert, and a color guard that happen in a single weekend.
So I read recently that the Smile program.
Yeah,
is
it's terminating.
sunset, yeah.
Oh, really? Okay.
Something to be aware of. Insurance.
I think that they're gonna come up with another one though. Yeah.
It'll be called Brown.
Amazon friend.
I don't know.
I would do
We
that.
still got Smiths, so let's,
Yeah.
let's,
Smith's is
let's
an
use what
easy
we
one.
have, and he's adding these restaurant fundraisers is great.
Smith's is actually a national one, so if you have somebody that lives out of town and,
Right.
and
Anybody
like,
running Kroger?
anybody running a Kroger, cause Kroger is their parent company, can join in.
Fantastic. Well, maybe
All
we'll
Um,
push that one.
There's a comment that just April 22nd is a Saturday. Does that mean that the jazz performance is Saturday?
The state.
The state, yeah.
State.
Okay.
Correct.
That's
Um, okay, moving on, we have just a lot of stuff on the agenda. Real quick, pictures update, if everybody saw, we have a new Square site where all the pictures are. So those are available there for purchase, either digitals or prints. That's gonna be going on through the rest of February. My goal was to make up one lost TCR race, and so far we're at $266. We're halfway there. I figured a lot of people will probably order the last second, at least I'm hoping. Overall though, I think that now that we have a Square store, we should keep it because it's a heck of a lot better than the Charm store. So it started off a little rough, but now it seems to be kind of off and going. If there's some cycles at some point, maybe even over the summer, we could actually spruce it up a lot. We can get like the domain hooked up so that it registers at like store.vvhsband.org instead of whatever Square.
Charms and.
Yeah. And you know, we could add a donation page and all, we can do all kinds of stuff with it. And I think eventually I will transition all of our merch, leftover merch, to that store because it's way better. So.
There are a few design changes that we could do on the off season. I think even Mr. V sent something about tiered donations, kind of like a program, so that we can, I don't know, what would you get, what would folks get with that? Some t-shirts, entries and some
Oh,
stuff.
yeah, so it's I guess it's in a similar vein of like sponsorships, but it's like it's similar to that, but like for the individual, basically. So it's like the individual person who wants to put their name on you walk into those halls and they have like the Maestro range, and it's people who donated $100, and then the director is up to $500, but
At the
something like
Square
that.
store, we can manage memberships because you can use that to manage like gym memberships or like
Mhm.
studio memberships.
Oh, yeah,
So
yeah.
We could do that through the Square store.
But I guess short story is out, that would require just a bunch of changes. So I've just kind of been holding off on major changes until you guys tell me what you.
Well,
Sounds good.
because we're creating so many awesome options, we probably ought to put a page or something on there that'll tell them what it is and a link to it on our website.
Yeah, whatever you want to do.
That way, if you wanna do this, go here, if you wanna do that, go here.
Yeah, that front page could probably be spruced and arranged differently.
So at the moment, everything coming from Square is passed through. No, is fundraising.
We call that Charm Store.
Yeah, everything is
That's
coming.
where it's going.
Anything coming from either store is just pure fundraising. Eventually, as we do other stuff, some of it might become pass through, but we'll have to figure out how reports will run from there once we transition fully over.
Well, and we wanna have a powwow, we'll say in, end of June, where we're lined up for July.
Yeah. So, okay, now let's skip over to the next item, fun run updates and help needed. How are we doing?
So pretty good. I need to pick up the medals. Those are ready. We got porta potty. They'll be there Friday. They're gonna pick it up Sunday. I think the only thing that still kind of need a little help on is the bibs. I think you were gonna talk with Tom.
So I did. Did you not get those emails? You were CC'd on those emails.
He did. Yeah, he did talk to Amanda. There was still some when I talked to Amanda last time, we hadn't hammered that out exactly. So that's the only thing that's still left a little bit in the air is the bibs. Other than that, food looks like we got plenty of food. We got the flyers going out, so think we're getting there pretty quickly.
426 in fees so far, signups.
Great,
How much is that?
426.
Yeah,
cool.
That's coming along.
So we just need to get with Tom, so one thing he wants to know is he can preload his system with all of our stuff, and he's gonna want stuff as soon as possible, but you need to negotiate with him about, hey, can I send you an update like 3 days before, and then we'll just do the same day registrations.
Okay.
Well, I've done his scheduling system enough times now that it's not a big deal to
Okay.
add people the day of. He just wants it to be as much front loaded, and to schedule a time to do registration, if at all possible, maybe here at the school the day before.
Okay.
I'm not sure if that makes sense.
I would love that. I
Um,
think here would be good.
Yeah, instead of at the Sports and Wellness or something.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
Better
it's-
Wi-Fi.
It's just getting people registered so that you don't have to do all that registration the day of.
Okay, so I guess that would be, we'd have to get the list of like, you know, who all signed up and then make sure that, but is there a good time the day before that we should be here? Like, any time better than any other?
No.
Usually what it has registration open for a couple of hours,
Okay.
where we're just kind of hanging out here, and then people just kind of walk in during that range and come and pick up their bib.
What, okay, what's like, based on previous experiences, like 4 to 6 a good, you know?
Right, that's kind of what he have. It's like 3 to 6, 4 to 6.
Because the race is on a Saturday?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'd make it in the evening then, so people can come by after work.
Well, then with the parking lot's not full.
Yeah,
you
so
can
right
stop,
after
so-
school, a couple of hours.
Okay.
He's probably gonna say you need like 4 hours. I don't think you need 4 hours.
No. If we put a tighter window, we'll have more traffic.
Yeah.
And it'll be better.
Because the middle school is still getting out at 3.
Yeah. I'd say earliest is 4.
4, okay?
Yeah,
4 to
earliest is
6,
4.
say, come pick up your bibs. And that, if we get half of the registrants with their bibs delivered that window, that just makes the morning a little bit easier.
Okay.
That's the main thing to do. But you probably do need to just make sure that you guys are squared up with him
Sure.
about the timing and
Yeah,
that
good.
kind of stuff.
I know that we've been talking, but, or Amanda had been talking, but there was still some details, and so I think I have a better idea of what the time frame that he's looking for. So,
Okay.
The day, so the morning of, looks like we have the golf cart, but, when can we access that to, go set up the signage and all that out there?
It's fun. They don't. I would say the same time when we're doing the registration, because once the school day is over, they don't need it.
Okay.
And so I
Okay,
think
okay.
I asked for it. I think I asked for it the day of. All that I would need to ask is just can we have it that evening, and then because we were going to have to be showed where it was anyway,
Right.
where the charging is, how to hook it up.
Do they have a trailer or no? Do we need to get
I
one?
do. I believe we will need to get a trailer, unless we want to drive it down.
Yeah.
Down the hill.
Then you have to plug it in when you get there.
Yeah, probably.
But going down Montano Hill would be fun
Yeah,
though.
it would be
But then you gotta drive it back up.
That's true.
And I guess like the one help needed will be the day of the race, we will need people like for the golf cart to drive it so we can mark the trail. And then also to set up booths, where we can have the recharge station, so that's, probably the help needed there is more like who can sign up to say, yes, we will be here at
Yeah.
maybe an hour or 2
Oh.
before the race.
So I have to be the driver.
Oh, you do, okay,
Yeah, I have to be the driver.
okay, right.
So,
Uh,
but I also will be the driver.
okay.
But just yeah, you get it.
So we're gonna hook it behind his car and he's gonna.
Do we need help with a trailer getting it out there?
So I can get a hold of a trailer.
Okay.
Okay.
I
And,
said I would help with the marking, but Amanda thought we were gonna do it the day before.
maybe we will, right, it's very.
Maybe just follow up on that.
What I would do, and if you wanna do this, cause I'm more than willing to be on your calls. I know you guys are supposedly talking every Thursday or something like that. Invite me to one of those calls and I can help, and maybe I can try to find other people to task for those kinds of things. But if we make an agenda for like the evening before and then the morning of, and how many people we need for all those jobs,
Right.
I can definitely help you guys fill in those blanks.
Perfect, yeah, so up until now, we've just been trying to get all the foundation, now we're actually getting closer, then the day
Yeah.
of is getting to be more like, okay, who's gonna do what.
We'll
so-
wanna script that morning as best
Yeah,
as possible,
For sure.
so.
Right. Or the day before, like I said, if that's what you
Yeah.
guys did last year, is marking it, then that's the right thing to do, then, so yeah, pretty much, we're just down to, gotta get the bids, and then we'll get the registration, and then who's gonna do what the day of, so,
Awesome.
we're getting there. So we kind of, actually, we've been, Amanda and I have been meeting at the basketball game, like, all right, like, here, between sets, you know,
good. Yeah.
let's get some notes down.
Do you wanna do any music that day, Mr. V?
Yeah, well, the
At
kids will
end?
play.
Okay.
I'll have them out there like we did last year.
Okay, jazz dinner dance updates.
So for jazz dinner, we've got, all the catering worked out with the culinary department. Elizabeth's got all the details, for the meal and the preparation. We need to get with Amanda and Monica. Monica's gonna do a flyer, and Amanda has the app to do the tickets. We've got all the ticketing information set, pricing and all that, so we can move forward with that.
When will those tickets be ready?
We need to get that done this week, so I'll get with Amanda and Monica to see if we can get it started on the sales tickets.
Yeah.
We won't have a meeting till next week unless I was looking for a date this week, but I think Wednesday's really the only.
It's hard, cause we don't overlap with the race too much, but we do wanna
Yeah,
start soon,
I
so.
know, it's hard, so, so it's scheduled for next week, but we've gotta get the tickets, and we're looking at probably a month and a half
Mhm.
so far with ticket sales if we start in a week or so.
Okay,
So,
yeah.
And then we're just working on, donations for silent auction. That's where we need the donation letters so that anyone who knows a business can approach them for any kind of basket or donation for the silent auction. Or even just smaller type door prize type, door prizes. And then we'll do some other decorations and things like that, discussion next week.
Did you get the information I sent you about the lights?
I saw the email.
I saw the email.
So we just need to decide whether or not we wanna
whether
do
we
that.
wanna use it, okay.
I will, on Tuesday, so tomorrow, I will see if I can go pick up an example of each of the lights,
Okay,
and schedule some time to come in the morning,
okay,
pre-zero hour, and we'll just check it out.
yeah, I wasn't sure if that.
But it might be a cost. He said he can give it to us basically about half of his, he'll write off basically half the cost of it,
Okay,
for us to have it, and, he says, it'll be between $200 and $400 approximately, depending on how many lights we say we need.
okay.
So we can decide whether or not we want a lit gym or like a nice ambiance, or if it's worth it.
Yeah,
Um,
okay.
Monty has a trailer if we need to pull it. And Leslie will be buying pictures.
Cool, awesome. Thanks for ordering pictures.
Oh, the state band contest, I put up the tentative schedule. So I put all the bands up there. Don't get me in trouble by telling your friends they perform at a certain time. It is not the official schedule from NMAA, but it is the tentative schedule. It is on Saturday. I'm really glad. Double checked on that, and we're at 9:30. So it makes for a much easier day.
Okay. Item that got dropped from last agenda was trying to find somebody to be the belly button for concessions for District Solo and Ensemble. I have a better reminder on my calendar to help me do that. Crystal said she would jump in if nobody else could, but if anybody's listening who wants to volunteer, let us know.
To work concessions?
To organize, essentially be the lead person to get other parents, get stuff, and then be there on the day, set it up and do concessions.
Figure out what we're gonna sell and all that. stuff.
Exactly.
Yeah.
What's the date?
What's the date for District Solo?
Is it 15?
15th. Actually, and
Of May or?
April.
April 15th.
Yeah, I wouldn't necessarily want to put it on you, Dorothy, but since you guys have been dealing with food, I mean, and you know it, that would be probably right up your alley.
Yeah, we just need somebody to kind of own it, just
Yeah.
like Roman's been kind of owning the race, and Janice has been owning the Jazz Dinner Dance. But other people, like, I'm willing to help all three of you.
But it's
Yeah.
one day and
Yeah.
we're gonna have hundreds
one-
of kids come through here,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's-
It's just-
So
it's-
we probably need to kind of,
We do need more, yeah, we need other people. We
Yeah,
need
just
other
trying to
people.
tell
we need
scale.
to figure out what we have so we can move all that out, and then what we're going to, if we're gonna
Yeah.
buy some stuff.
And maybe buy some stuff that we know we could reuse in case it doesn't sell or
Right,
something.
Yeah,
do
yeah,
things like that.
wholesale candy type of stuff, like,
So that email will go out soon, but if anybody's listening, wants to step up, just
Can
Let
we
me know.
get like a pizza fundraiser for that day and we'll go buy a bunch of
No,
pizzas?
Oh,
Flyer
man.
Can you line that up? That'd be great.
Oh, that would be something. Say
Genius.
again?
Either that or
I'll work
you.
on that.
That would, oof,
Let me make
Double
myself a
dip.
note
Let's
like
do
that.
it.
that'd be great.
They
Don't
might
let
Let
her
me
roll
make
it.
that, okay.
Oh.
Wow, I don't know.
They're getting I mean, spending the money.
We're buying their pizza.
Right.
Well, I'll tell you, they sold a lot of pizza at State. I could not believe the amount of
Yeah,
kids that were.
that's gonna
Yeah.
be probably.
Oh,
the
the Cleveland
biggest-
Bamboo Boosters?
Yeah.
Right, yeah,
they-
yeah.
Kids were just,
And donuts and I mean, they just love it.
If I can get our PAC upgraded, I'll host State here.
This is more of an announcement. We have the banquet date basically, well,
It
we
is,
can talk about it. It's set right now. Right now we have Friday, May 5th as our banquet date.
mhm.
I don't think that's up for much discussion, except that you said that we might,
It can
we
change to.
could have it that Saturday as well. If enough people really, really, really don't like Friday night,
Yeah,
we could do Saturday, but we would have to do it during like a brunch hour.
yeah, it would
So-
have to be brunch, correct?
Let me or Mr. V know if you're super, super upset about a Friday night banquet. Otherwise, that's when it will be.
The Friday night banquet for the end of the year?
Yeah,
Correct.
it's like the big blowout, like end of year.
Cinco de Mayo.
Oh, Cinco de Rico.
The paper plate awards and reveal of next year's show and all the fun stuff and all the tiers. And, yeah, all the tiers, the buckets of tiers that will happen.
Dion's does pizza discounts for schools.
I would cry it happened to me.
Okay.
Yeah, we get Dion's. Yeah.
Yep.
Okay. Last, also just an announcement. Thank you to Arlene for pointing this out. We just want to get in people's heads, especially if like you're a freshman parent, you're listening, and would like to be more involved next year. It's not too late to start thinking about joining the board next year, and we kind of will need positions with some of the freshman parents who are leaving. We will need a new secretary. We will need somebody to step up and be like a official pit crew person. Those are the big two. We really super do need, but also could use help with co-treasurer, chaperone, and uniforms. Also important positions. If you think about that now, you could also start maybe shadowing the people who are still here that do that job.
Mhm.
So,
I have spoken to actually a couple of the middle school parents who are coming on up, who are actually already interested. So jump on board. We got our act together. It's a fun group to be a part of.
sorry, you're
Yeah,
saying
we're
something?
just all crazy.
Oh, we're gonna wanna bring on a third POB rep, but we're gonna wanna try and bring a earlier classman, like a freshman, so that.
Yeah, you have more
once
continuity.
we're gone, they
Yeah, so you specifically want to recruit somebody new.
Okay.
So,
That's a good one.
maybe if anytime there's 8th grade parents in front of us, we should be mentioning that then.
Did we get our cut from
Okay.
We're gonna allocate some of the budget for the band leadership team for 8th grade night this Friday. Just let us know what you guys need out of the 270 that's left, I think we said.
Correct.
I've talked to Emily about it, but if we were to decide on it, it'll be a Thursday meeting and we would need.
Yeah.
Thursday night all day.
That's fine, just get a board member, tell you what you want, and we can always expense it. So,
Don't like the way you said that so easily.
this is like what we're here for, make sure they have fun, right? So.
There we go.
And that's it.
Alright.
That is our entire agenda. So unless there's does anybody have any questions? I'm looking at the
I have a question.
chat. Yeah, what's your question?
That deal that's happening on the 15th, what are the times and what are we looking at?
Oh, the district's holding on some of the concessions?
Yeah.
That's gonna be like a 7 a.m. to
It's an all-day thing.
4 p.m. type of thing, yeah. Just a steady roll concessions.
Okay.
So that's no on the POB, I don't see a check coming back from them.
Well, that could be cool. That'll be something that'll come in.
Who do we need to?
Yes.
What's that?
Our PLB cut check hasn't come.
Oh, they won't give you that till probably beginning.
I think it comes in May.
Oh,
Yeah,
Cause
gotcha.
we
or-
got it
or
last year when Janice and I
late.
first started.
Okay,
Late,
cool.
yeah.
It's at the, so we're looking April, May time.
Cool. Little.
Tell them we want interest that goes.
You know what
Alrighty.
interest
Is that all?
That's it. Like I'm just seeing if there's any questions and waiting for chat to come. So far nothing's come through chat.
No. We look good.
Thank you everybody everybody who's stepping up and helping your kids have a fun year. It's been pretty incredible so far. I'm looking forward to them being awesome again at state they've already just, every time I hear them, the Jazz All-State was amazing, and
Jazz All-State
our
was
kids,
fantastic.
you know, afforded themselves very well at that concert, so,
Yeah, tons of solos.
yeah.
Really, really and truly, VVHS represented really well at that concert. And although I wasn't able to go, I heard the same type of things in representing down in Las Cruces for Southwest Honor Band. So, great job, everyone.
Yeah.
Thank you for being supportive parents and wonderful students.
All right, it's motion to close the meeting?
Motion to close.
Can I have a
Okay.
motion? Can I have a motion? I can't,
That's
can
it,
I?
thank you all, have a good night.
You know,
We don't believe in emotion.
we don't
Hold on a
believe in
second.
emotions.
Yeah.
Do we know how many like, eighth graders we're gonna have?
We planned for 50, and if we get 20,
Hey, there's one show guaranteed.
It's because,
yeah.
because we might